Hello everyone, today we are going to do a garden harvest, and after seeing what we can grab from the garden today, we're going to head inside and do some cooking. I have already harvested lots of tomatoes, so we're going to use some of the ones that are already inside as well. And we're going to start here at the patio garden. The main thing I want to grab from here is this eggplant. I also have some peppers here that are looking good, but they're not ready yet. So we're going to move on to the tomatoes up here. This little sun gold here have been producing a lot. I have lots of sun golds inside, and we have been eating a lot of it too. Now we're going to grab some peppers from this green stalk here. It's doing really good and growing well all around. I have a few different varieties of peppers. Not all of them are ready. Here's how the back looks like. I did harvest a bunch of jalapenos the other day. I used most of it. And this side here, I don't have much, but it's starting to produce again, which is great. So we'll have some more soon. And this variety here is yellow. So I'm trying to wait to turn it until it turns to the yellow so I can see how it looks like. And we have a nice, beautiful Jimmy Nardello pepper here that is not ready yet. I'm going to wait until it gets red before I harvest. But we can harvest some from this side. There's one here that I like to harvest green, and that's this one here. It's a Brazilian pepper. I'm Brazilian myself, and I miss eating this, and I want to make some Brazilian dishes maybe this week or so. And it's called fragrant pepper, or pimenta de cheiro in Portuguese. It's a very nice floral, sweet smell, but not so hot, not a lot of heat, so I love cooking with this one. I might get a couple of these ones too, since they're looking so nice. My peppers are doing much better in my green stalks than they are in my raised beds this year. So I will be doing a whole pepper green stalk again next year too. It's been working for me. I have lots of herbs in this green stalk here that I might come back to harvest later. They wilt very fast, so let's get all the veggies first, and then when I have an idea in my mind what I'm going to make, then we are going to come back and grab some of the herbs too. Now let's head to the gated garden and see what we can grab from there. We're going to start here in this trellis and pick some long beans. I already have some of it inside that I picked a couple days ago. These ones you kind of have to pick frequently, otherwise they get too big. I am definitely going to use some of this for dinner tonight. This size is a little bit bigger than I've been picking, but they grow a bit too fast. I prefer to pick about this size. I guess they're the same, just a bit skinnier, but it's fine. Still going to taste great. I see a couple more here on this side. They usually come in pairs of 2. I have some cucumbers here I have to get to. This trellis is also full of cucumbers and tomatoes. These cherry tomatoes here are really producing wonderfully. I have so many of them inside already. I'll show you guys. And we've been eating a lot too. But I have been picking it every day because they're turning brown pretty fast, which is their mature color, which is good. It looks very nice. Let's get these cucumbers next. This vine has produced a lot for us, but it's definitely slowing down. It got sick with some sort of fungal disease. And I'll show you the pickles that we have made with them over the weekend. And we've been trying to eat them fresh too. I am not a big fan of eating this for fresh eating unless I pick them very small, like I just picked this one, which is probably best for pickling too. This size is still pretty good, but it's probably the biggest. I would let it go. I don't like it to let my cucumbers get too big because the skin gets tough and the seeds get too big inside. Then I have to peel it. So that's something else that I have to keep harvesting constantly because, as I'm sure most of you know, if you have a garden, they can sometimes double the size overnight depending on the weather. So in the last video, I also got some comments asking the variety. The reason why I didn't say the variety in the video where I was doing the mid-season check-in, it's that because they're not selling this variety anymore. I got this from Johnny Seeds. The variety was called Supremo Cucumber. It's an F1 hybrid and they're discontinued. So I still have some seeds from it that I might grow next year. It is a great prolific variety. It did get sick right now. It has some sort of fungal disease on it. All the lower leaves, I had to take it out. I don't know how many cucumbers I got from this, but a lot of them. Now let's move on to the tomatoes. These ones here, they are a variety from a black cherry tomato, but it's actually from my friend's homestead. I tried it there and it was one of the best cherry tomatoes I've ever tasted. So he gave me some fruit to save seed from his own plant. And he said that the reason he thinks was so good, it's because he has been saving seed from the same plant over, I don't know, he said almost 10 years. And could have crossed with some other things that he has been growing there. He was growing there in the beginning, but this is very tasty. It's so good. It's doing well in our garden too. And it's pretty cool that we are growing this from a seed that a friend shared with me after I ate the fruit in his home, and I thought it tasted so good. He's like, grab a tomato, save the seeds and plant it yourself. It's so rewarding to have it growing here for us too. I thinking of saving seed from it too, and it's mixing with the other stuff that I also have here, so who knows, maybe we will also have our own variety in the future and keep just improving the taste, because the other tomato I'm growing next to it is this delicious Sun Gold, and this guy is really sweet too, so I'm very curious to see what could come from a cross between these two. They would probably cross with the big ones too, so who knows, if I save seed from these guys, what can come up next year. It could be fun, but when you have a small garden, it's hard to dedicate space for experiments like that. Look at these bees. The sunflowers and this green stalk started blooming, and the bees are going crazy for it. Yesterday, I think had 4 bees in this flower. Now it's a little later, so not as many. They are very, very active in the morning. Another cool thing here too is that I think this corn is ready. I don't have a lot of experience growing corn, but I heard that when all of this have turned brown, it's time to harvest. So I'm going to harvest this one. It feels kind of full. I know the pollination could probably be better. I didn't hand pollinate or anything like that, but I'm curious to see how this will look like inside. Oh, I think there's another one right here too. So let's add them to our harvest basket. And we're going to move on and harvest these purple beans. These ones I waited a bit too long, and they are a little bit bigger than I would like, more full. I mean, with the pods, they have some beans in them, but that's fine. The ones up here look much nicer. I love the color of this one. And we are done in here. We're going to head to the back now to see if we can get some more tomatoes. These Romas or Samarzanas are not getting as big as I thought they would. Oh, I have a couple big ones here in the back. I think this is a Cherokee purple. It's a fused tomato. I have lots of tomatoes inside, so I think I'm going to leave some of these another day. Risk it. Something you did it before me. All right, and here's what we have in our harvest basket today. Very colorful. We have been harvesting almost every day now in August, which makes my heart very happy. So now we're going to head inside. I'm going to show you guys what we already have, and then we're going to make some dinner. So let's head to the green stack over there and grab some of the herbs too. So here is today's harvest. And right over there by the sink, we have the tomatoes that are already ripe and I have harvested in the past few days. We have some more of the long beans here, some purple ones, a couple squashes, and I also want to show you the pickles that I've made with all the cucumbers that have been harvested so far too and have made pickles to preserve. So these here are bread and butter pickles that I got the recipe from the ball canning book, but I didn't want to can it before I try it and see if I liked it because the recipe has a lot of sugar in it, so I was not sure. And it said that you could do it either as a refrigerator pickle or to can it, and either or you would have to wait about 2 weeks before eating them for best results, 2 to 3 weeks it said. So it also said there that if you do it a refrigerator version, it will last 3 months in the fridge. And then if you can it would be up to a year. But this two here, we'll eat it in less than 3 months probably. This one is a refrigerator pickle too. It's a cornichon, and it just has a basic pickle brine that I learned at a restaurant that I used to work at. And this is fermented, so that one definitely will last us the longest. I was trying to probably only eat this after we eat these guys. And then I also used some leftover brine from this guy to pickle some green tomatoes that I accidentally cut when I was pruning. So I decided to just pickle them too. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on everything that we've been making here in the kitchen and we've been doing. I also made salsa and a bunch of other stuff with the fresh tomatoes over the weekend and pizza and all of that. And everything's been great. We've been really happy with our garden harvest so far, especially because we are in a brand new first year garden. But now let me put a lot of this stuff away, wash the things from today's harvest, and we're gonna start making dinner. So tonight we're going to make ground pork with some long beans inspired by Southeast Asian flavors. I'm going to also add some basil to this, and then for this I'm going to make a tomato salad because I really need to use these tomatoes fresh too, with some of these purple beans here, and then we're going to dress that with Southeast Asian Vietnamese style dressing as well. Actually, I just looked up a recipe online real quick so I can have it linked to you guys on the description box down below for the dressing I'm going to use for this. And this I'm going to write it down also once I finish cooking. If you want to make this yourself too, then we're going to cook some rice. I have 1 cup of white rice here that I'm going to use my rice cooker to cook, so it's nice and easy. And this should be ready in less than 30 minutes. So let's see how long it takes us to make this dinner. We're going to start by preparing the ingredients first. So I'm going to take these long beans here. I'm going to remove the tops first. Then I'm going to cut into about 1 to 2 inch pieces. Slicing an onion too, I also want to add this to the dish. Some garlic, I'm adding 3 cloves. If I had more, I would add more, but that's what I have here. And if I had some Thai chilies, I would definitely add some Thai chilies to that. I do not, but I have this Brazilian chili, so I'm going to add this. They're not very hot, but they're very fragrant and very delicious. So I'm going to add this. Plus this I'm going to add more towards the end. This one already smells really good, just cut into it. I'm going to mix this with the garlic and add them at the same time, right before I add the pork. Oh, it smells so good. And I always encourage you to try to use what you have too, especially from the garden. I think next year I'm gonna grow some Thai chilies. I have some Brazilian chilies. They are small too, like a bird eye chili. They're not ready. Maybe I could try to grab some green ones, but not going outside again. We're now just going to make dinner with what we have, and it's going to be great. I also already have the rice cooking too. So our pan is hot. I just added some oil to it. Then I'm going to add the garlic and this very quickly before I add the pork. Just going to saute it and then add the pork to make it fragrant. Now we're gonna let it cook here. Meanwhile, we're just going to make a quick sauce on the side so I can dissolve the sugar with about 1 tablespoon, oops, too much, like a shy tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. I might have to add some more. We're gonna add it and test for salt before I add more, and then 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Trying to measure here. I'm going to just lightly mix it to see if I can dissolve the sugar. And I'm going to add a little bit of water just to balance out all that salty stuff that we put in here. That will evaporate, but just so it doesn't stick too much too. I would put oyster sauce in here too if I had it. I don't have any. I have to go buy. That will be more traditional Thai, I guess, but at least from the recipes I've seen. So now that this is browning again, I'm gonna add the onions. I will saute it for a couple minutes. We're gonna add the chilies. And the beans. Oh, that smells so good. Look how pretty it looks. Actually, I'm going to turn it off. We're gonna add the basil right before we serve, since we still have to make the salad. Just realized I turned the fan on out of habit, because I always turn it on when I'm cooking. I hope the audio is not too bad, because it's a bit noisy if I turn it on compared to not to talking. So I apologize if it was a little hard to hear. But now let's move on to this vinaigrette real quick, to this tomato salad. I'm first going to make a vinaigrette using the same ratio that I have talked about in a previous video what I was cooking too, just to give you guys some inspiration. But I'm going to flavor it completely different than last time, so you can see how versatile things are once you know the ratios, the right proportions when cooking. And this time, instead of emulsifying like I did in the other video too, we're making it easy. This is an easy weeknight dinner. We're just gonna shake everything in a jar and we're gonna call it a day. I'm going to pour it all over these tomatoes. If I have extra, I can put it in the fridge and reshake it right before I use it too. And I'll probably use within the next couple days, just with more tomatoes. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this shallot very small. Now we're gonna add this to this jar. It's a lot of shallots, it's okay. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And if you don't like onions, you could let this macerate in this vinegar for about 10 minutes to get the onion flavor a little less strong, but I don't mind, I love onions. So we are going to just use this, and then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use a neutral oil if you like, but I always like to use olive oil on mine. I'm going to add fish sauce. This is optional. If you just want to eat like this, but more basic vinaigrette, that's great too, obviously. But I'm going to do a whole tablespoon of fish sauce because I love fish sauce. I ended up not following the recipe that I said. I was going to link in the description below for you guys, but I'm sure this one is great. So this one also has garlic, which I don't have it anymore, so I'm not going to add. And then 1 tablespoon of chilies. I'm going to add the pimenta de cheiro, the Brazilian one. Give it the spin already. Finely diced, it says. And seeded. There's barely any seeds in here. Oh, it smells so good. Every time I cut into this pepper, the smell is wonderful. I'm gonna cut it really small. If I had Thai chilies, obviously, I would add that. It says there are no chilies here in this recipe, so you could probably add jalapenos. I do have jalapenos in the fridge. Oh, I forgot to take that to show you guys. I have some peppers that I harvested earlier too. Just take my word for it. I'm not gonna take it out right now. Now I'm hungry and I wanna finish with this dinner. I am not really following the measurements for this disclaimer because I'm making a lot less, but I'm just gonna use a little bit of sugar in there to balance it out, the salt and lime juice. I am going to add lime juice, just half. All right, we're gonna shake it and give it a try. Very bright. It would need more sugar, but I'm not going to add any more because I'm hoping these tomatoes are sweet. Now just cut these tomatoes, dress this salad, get the rice, finish the pork, and we can have dinner. And you know, I would like to make this dressing a bit spicy now that I'm thinking about it. So let me just, before I move on and forget, add a little bit of chili flakes to this because it is not hot at all. And I think a little bit of heat would make it taste really nice. Now let's cut these beautiful tomatoes. I'll start with this huge pineapple one. And we're gonna start plating our salad. Now let's add the cherry tomatoes. All right, so we have a beautiful tomato salad here. I'm going to shake this one more time. Turn this back on so we can finish our pork. And I'll let this pork brown just a nudge more. Develop some more caramelized flavor. Okay, now let's cut these green onions real quick. We're gonna add some basil in there. I love making it really herby. I don't have cilantro. If I had cilantro, I would use that, most certainly. And then some of these herbs I'm going to add to this tomato salad too to make it nice. So I'm just going to cut these green onions thin. They didn't like being in the water for too long. You can see they got a little brown, but it's still fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of these green onions to this salad and the rest to the pork. Now for the basil, I'm going to chop some, and I'm also going to use some for garnish. Beautiful. Oh, I also said in the beginning that I was going to add some purple green beans. Let's do that. Just for a little punch of color and texture, something crunchy. I'm not going to do cucumbers. This is still a lot of tomatoes for 2 people. So we're going to just keep it simple tonight. But if you're making for a large crowd, you can add cucumbers, corn, whatever's ready in your garden. There we go. Looking beautiful. The pork has browned slightly. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Nice and sizzling. I'm gonna add the herbs. Oh, that's wonderful. Turn it off already. I don't want the herbs to lose their flavors. I'm just going to add a little bit of this garlic chili paste that I have. It's kind of like sambal, so I need to make it a little hotter for us since I didn't add any hot chilies. Now it's looking really good, and I already turned off the flame, the heat. Look at that, beautiful golden brown. Now it's going to be a little spicy, have all those delicious herbs. I'm going to finish this with a bit of lime juice for brightness. And try it again. It is much better with the chili paste and the lime. Delicious. Okay, let me transfer it to a bowl. Okay, let's put the pork right here to plate. We're gonna finish with all of these herbs. I usually just throw them like a mountain. Let's see. I'm going to take off some of the leaves. Keep some of the tops, but I like to just make it nice and full with the fresh herbs too. If I had some fried shallots, that would be great. I've got some white rice to go with this meal too. And now I'm just going to add this dressing to the salad, and our dinner will be ready. I'm going to taste it a little bit actually after I added the chili flakes. This is so much better. Letting it sit in here for a little bit really helped with getting the flavors, bringing the flavors together. So now just going to spoon some of this beautiful dressing in this tomato salad. And tomatoes are very watery. You don't really want to toss them in here. You could if you wanted, but just spooning it over will give a lot of flavor and keep them nice and whole. Oh my god, that looks so good. And I still have this to make another salad tomorrow using the rest of the tomatoes too. Okay, here we have it, our meal for tonight. My kitchen looks really dark, and it's always hard to show how the food actually looks like. And now I'm going to make myself a plate and eat because I'm really hungry. This pork we might have a little bit left over for tomorrow, which is great. And then lots of this tomato salad. I know this is a lot for 2 people, but listen, when it's tomato season in the garden, we're gonna eat it. I took a full serving and I still have this much, but it's okay. If I'm still hungry after I finish this, I'll just eat some more tomato salad. My husband will definitely eat that too. And here's a plate. Here's my dinner. So let's taste it all together. Have the pork and the rice first. Really good. And the tomato. That is really good. It's something, feels like a special meal, like takeout. Okay, let's be honest. This is much better than takeout because it's fresh. So we're eating right away after we finish cooking instead of sitting, waiting for 40 minutes or whatever with the food packed before it gets to us. So very delicious. I would recommend you guys try to make that if you want to try something different. I love this dressing. I'll be making it again. It was a great thing that I tried. One second, one more bite. It's very good. The flavors all marry well together. You could also make this with ground turkey if that's what you have at home, ground chicken. This beautiful heirloom salad is definitely the star of the dish. This pork is pretty good too. Delicious. Very good summer weeknight meal. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more garden to table recipes. I'm planning to be doing a lot more cooking from now on. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it too. Thank you so much for watching today. I will link a couple of videos here that you can watch next. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.